Hey, welcome back to another episode of Simple Truth Television. Today is July 12th, 2025. So what we're going to do in this video is something a lot different, something that I've been talking about doing for a long time, and I finally found time to do it today. So if you guys been noticing the post that I've been making on my community tab, a lot of people have been asking me to do this because I don't post these games on my Patreon. So they're asking me, like, why don't I, do the live betting and then post it so they can make money with me? It's because, when the game, while the game is going on, there's things that we notice that I don't post because I feel like it's too late, because I'm doing it in the moment, right? Like, for example, I think this was 2 days ago. We caught this game here. This is the Mexican League, and they had the over and under at 201.5. And the reason we went with the under is just not only because of the significance of the number 201, but there's certain things that I've noticed when you're doing the live betting that a lot of people, it's not even gematria related, but it's almost like a psychological thing that they're doing to gamblers. For example, like if you see a total at 201, right? And let's say the score is halftime and there's only been like around 80 points scored. The average bettor will probably think that the game is going to go, not 80. Let's say there's like 120 points. And they got it at 201. The average bettor will probably take the over, because they're thinking like, okay, so this team just scored 120 points in the first half. They're probably going to do the same thing in the second half and score. All they have to do is score 80 to get to 200, right? You see, that's how they trick you, because if you're not reading the lines correctly, you will probably bet on the over and lose your money, because what they're doing is they're trying to bait you to take the over, because they know, because the game is all scripted. The casinos know that the game is going to go under 200, because in the second half they're going to probably have a bad shooting quarter. A team is going to probably, even though they were scoring 30 points a quarter in the first half, in the second half they're only going to be scoring around 15 points. And that's what the type of things that I've noticed. So that's why, all of these games right here, we've caught, during the live. So we got this one. This was another one. We got the under at 145. I wish I could show you the box score of these games. These was easy opportunities for us to make some money. This was another one. So a lot of people been asking me to do these live streams. So what I did was, we're gonna be doing the Philadelphia and Padres games live, right? But instead of me giving you guys out the pick for free, like I've been doing in the recent weeks, if you guys look at the link in my chat, I already put out the decode for this game, and you don't have to join the Patreon. You can just purchase the post. I priced it at $20. So if you pay $20, you get the full decode of this game, and you get my pick. And what I'm going to be doing is, while the game is going on, I'm going to be updating the post. So if I hear something or I see something that stands out, I'm going to be updating the post while the game is going on. So this stream is going to end when the game is over. So those of you that take the bet or just watching the live stream, you're going to find out about the decode after the game is over. But if you want to know who's going to win this game, you have to click on the link and purchase the post at $20. That way you can know who's going to win this game, and you can place your bet before the game starts. The game is scheduled for 7:35 p.m. So that's about another 40 minutes from now. So if you go click the link right now, you can find out who's going to win this game. And like I said, while the game is going on, I'm going to be making I'm going to be putting additional notes in the post. And only the people who purchase the post are going to know who's going to win the game until the game is over. I am not going to give out any more free picks like I used to do. In this game, on Independence Day, we gave out a free pick. Actually, it wasn't this game. It was actually this game here. 2 weeks ago, we gave out a free pick. It was a Seattle Mariners at plus 200. A lot of people made a lot of money, and I didn't get any tips or anything. Same thing, Game 7 of the NBA Finals. We gave that out for free. We did a live stream. We covered the entire game. Notice this live stream was 4 hours. We told people why the Thunder was going to win the championship, what the ritual was, what the numbers were, and we also pointed out how they can cover the 5.5 point spread at the halftime. If you guys saw the stream, and that's exactly what happened. They not only did they cover the 5.5, they covered the 7.5, which was the original spread. They won the championship, and we called that live. And I've been doing this for a lot of times. Knicks and Pacers, we did this elimination game. The Pacers eliminated the Knicks. This was a month ago. I think we watched the whole game, or probably the second half of the game. Yeah, all these long live streams, that's probably us watching the games and making the pick while the game is going on. So learn why the Philadelphia Eagles will stop the three-peat. A lot of people ignored that video, called me names, trolled my channel, left negative comments. And guess what? The Philadelphia slaughtered the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. You guys should have listened instead of being so negative and being so tunnel vision. Yeah, the GOAT. That's exactly who I consider myself as when it comes to this sports decode stuff. All right, so let me see. Here, Wheeler and Darvish. This is going to be a good game. Once the game starts, I'm going to have the game playing in the background, and I'm going to be updating the post while the game is going on. So if you guys want this pick, the link is in the chat. You have to click the link and purchase the post. You don't even have to join the Patreon. This is a one-time purchase. So if you just want this game, you don't want to be part of the Patreon, purchase the post. Now, if you're on the Patreon on the regular tier, this pick is not available for you guys because this is going to be, I can't say too much because then I'll give it away, but this is almost like a parlay because there's other things that I'm going to be giving out while the game is going on, like maybe a home run bet, a prop bets. There's things that are going to be in this post that are not usually on the regular tier. So if you're on the regular tier, you also have to purchase this. Now, if you're on the exclusive tier, then you can view this post at the exclusive price. So, all right. So that's what we're gonna be doing from now on. I'm thinking about doing this once a week, every Saturday or Sunday, and yeah, so just help out the community, make some extra money for the weekend. So let's see how it goes today, and then we'll continue from there. So yeah, so the people on the regular tier, you guys got the outcome of this game, the Rangers and Astros. This is a good one. Good odds, -120 or even. Yeah, this game right here, again, this is a prop. There's gonna be a prop bet included with this pick. So this is borderline a parlay if you ask me. I don't know if you can parlay the prop bet with the winner of the game. I'm pretty sure you can. So that's why I'm charging $20 for this one play, even though I only charge. Well, if you've been on the Patreon for since the beginning of the year, I'm only charging you $10. Any new members, I'm charging $20 because of the consistency, of the accuracy. I mean, we're nailing about 10 to 15 parlays a month. We don't get. I mean, I know a lot of people will say, well, what happened to the other 15 days of the month? This stuff is not easy. I'm not here to lie to anybody. I wish I could be more accurate than what I already am, but this stuff is hard, and especially baseball. But I still think that getting 10 to 15 parlays a month is still a high number. There's people that can't hit one parlay in a year. I know people that go 3-4 months without hitting a parlay. They be like, "Oh man, there's one game that always messes me up." I'm like, "Damn, see." People take for granted the things that we are able to do here. Just ask the people how many parlay delivered emails they get during a month. Count. If you're on the Patreon, count how many times you get a parlay delivered email in your inbox. I'm telling you, there's more than 15. I wish it was, in the upper 20s, but again, this stuff is hard. And I'm not here to lie to anybody or just to get, some memberships. No. The stuff is hard. We try our best. But, these games are sometimes double coded. Like this Phillies game is double coded. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm also going to be putting both sides. Just you guys, give you guys an overview of what can go wrong if the team that we selected didn't win. But I am going to pick who I think has the better chance of winning. And again, I'm thinking about doing this every week, once a week, or probably twice a week. Because again, these games are 3 hours long. It's hard to sit at a table for 3 hours when you got so many things that you can be doing. But the only reason I'm going to be doing this is because, again, people asked me to do the live decodes and they want to cash in on opportunities like this one. And this is the only way I know how to do it. I mean, if I'm doing a live bet and I just post it, a lot of you might not even see it. You might see it after the fact, and it'll be too late by then. Because a lot of these posts, a lot of these bets I make when there's 5 minutes left in the game. Let's see, is there any basketball right now? No, actually there is. Actually, for the freeloaders, what I'm gonna be doing is we're gonna watch this game while the other game starts, because the other game don't start till 30 minutes, and let's see what we can observe in this game. So for all the freeloaders that can't afford $20 for the Phillies game, you can still make some money just by watching the stream, because the freeloaders they don't like to pay anything, they just like the free stuff. So, all right. So this is one of the things that I start doing. You see how I'm guessing what league is this? This is a Mexican league. All these leagues are rigged the same way. They all pay tribute to the same numbers. They're all using gematria, and they are all scripted. They're all using technology, and all the players involved are in on the rigging. All of them, even the Mexicans in the Mexican leagues. All right. And the beauty about this leagues, sometimes you can watch the game live. And this game is actually available to watch online for free. Okay, so look. So this game is still early in the first half. All right, so right now they got 59 points in the game, right? 59 points. Okay. So we're gonna make a pick on what makes the most sense. So you guys can if you guys want to bet on this, don't bet too much money though, because again, this is live. This is not like the Phillies game where I had time to decode it, and I had time to really do some real digging and research. This is live, and again, this is the Mexican leagues. I'm not too familiar with these leagues, but what I want to show you guys is how they like to play mind games. There's a psychological part of these games that a lot of you are probably overlooking, because you're probably too focused on numerology and gematria. You guys also pay attention to the psychological part of betting, and that's what I've been using to make money off of over these foreign leagues, like the Chinese leagues that come on around 5 in the morning. All right, so I'm gonna wait for the first half to end, and then we'll start looking at the numbers that they have. So while that's going on, I'm gonna just update the post, see if anybody joined, and I'm also gonna share this link on my Instagram. So just give me a few seconds, and then we'll get back to this league, to this game right here. And this is what I mean about these live streams. Only 20 people joining the streams. It's like sometimes I feel like what's the point of exposing these people when so many people don't care? And it's true. People really don't care about anything in the world. Not just betting. It's just people just don't care at all. Okay, so I just shared the link on my social media to let everybody know that I'm live. That's another thing, the censorship. That's why a lot of people probably not even noting that they don't even know that we're live. Isn't it amazing? We had a lose with these people. All right, so that's shared. See, got to make some changes to the post. Yeah, so yeah, we got one person. Only one person purchased the Phillies game post. All right, one person. Yeah, that's another reason I don't feel like doing this stuff because people are not gonna support this work unless it's free. Like if I give it a free pick, then they'll tune in. But if you have to pay, then they don't want to have any part of it. It's amazing, 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 amazing. And people like Chaotic Truth are making thousands of dollars talking about Trump all day for 10 hours straight, talking about black people and why black people are bad and white people are bad and why white people are better than blacks and why blacks are better than whites. He does that for 10 hours and makes thousands of dollars. People like Cuts One sends him all his entire paycheck just to hear him talk about blacks and whites and who's better and who's not. And then he comes on this channel and trolls us. Wow. Okay. So they got the spread at 18.5, right? Yeah, this game is probably gonna end after the other game starts, so we're not gonna be able to watch this full game. But I want to see what the final score is at the halftime. Then I'm gonna show you guys a strategy that I use to determine on what bet to make for the second half. Actually, since we can watch this game, I can actually. It's gonna be in Spanish, so I can probably zoom in so you guys can see it. So the score is 44-27. Got almost 71 points. 71 points. They got it at one. They got the over and under at 160 for the whole game. They got 74 points and a half. For them to hit that 160, they have to score another 60 points, right? If they get 60, no, if they have to score another 80 points. Okay, so that's another 3-pointer. So now they at 74 now. 74 points, yeah. So if they get to 80, they're gonna be around that 160 mark. If they continue the same pace in the second half. Amazing how so many people are involved and so few people say something about it. And why would you? You know, you're making a bunch of money. These people are making a high salary to play sports, famous endorsements. Why would you expose anything? Okay, so that's 74. Right now it's a 20-point spread. I want to look at what the other team is doing. So the other team is averaging around 14 to 13 points a quarter. That's not a good sign for the over. I think we got another person. So that's two people. So two people purchased the Phillies game. Okay. Okay, so I guess it's picking up now. Okay. So if you're just joining us, right? This live stream is about the Phillies and Padres game that's about to start at 7:35. If you want the pick for that game, you have to click on the post or on the link in the chat and purchase the post at $20. In the post is going to be the pick and the full decode of the Phillies and Padres game. The reason we're watching this game is because we're trying to kill some time before the other game starts. The other game starts in around 25 minutes. All right? The only 2 people have done it. So if I don't get at least 5 people, I don't know if I'm going to be sitting here for 3 hours, to be honest. So hopefully you'll pick up. The link is in the chat. All you have to do is click the link and follow the instructions. If you're doing it on your phone, though, it's going to be more expensive. I think iOS charges $29. So it's better if you purchase the post on a computer and you only get charged $20. And I'm telling you it's worth it because I'm thinking we are going to be right. And again, it's going to be a prop bet included with the pick. So it's up to you if you guys want to, take my advice or not. Okay, so right now they got at 77 points. 77 points. Yeah, so they flirting with that 80 points in the first half. Let's see what happens in this possession. Okay, it's a block. Another turnover. So this should be the last possession of the game. A 3-pointer, and that misses. Okay. 77 points. 77 points. The thing that has me a little nervous is that this team is only scoring 14 to 15 points a quarter. I mean, that's not going to do it. How are you going to keep up with a team that's putting up 20s, only scoring 15? Yeah, that team is looking very, very suspect. Okay, so 77 points. Okay. All right, so 77 points. You see how they got the over and under at 160? Obviously, 77 plus 77 is not 160, right? It's only 154. So this is what I've been noticing, right? So you see how they still have it, even though they was only able to put up 77 points, they still got the over and under at a very high number, at 160. Because they didn't even put 80 points up in the first half. So why would they put up another 80 in the second half? Why would they put up 80 in the second half if they couldn't get 80 in the first half? I think this game is going to go over. The reason they have it at 160, they're trying to bait people to take the under because 77 is so close to 80. So people are thinking like, okay, actually no. What I mean is people are going to take the under because they only scored 77. So people are thinking like, okay, so if they scored 77 in the first half, they need to score 84 to go over 161 in the second half. And because this team is doing so bad in the first half, people are going to be taking that into consideration and taking the under, saying, oh, this team only averaged 14 points. They're probably going to only average 14 points in the second half, and that's not the case. If that was the case, this will be a lot lower. This will be actually a lot lower than 160. But the reason they have it at 160 is because there's going to be more than 160 points. Now, that's just me using, that's not me using gematria and numerology. That's just me trying to use their psychological strategies against them. Because that's what they're doing. That's how I've been able to cash out all of these plays during the live stream. I'm looking at the halftime score. I'm doing the math. And I'm seeing where they have the over and under at. Why is it at 160 if this team is only scoring 14 points a quarter? That's only 77 points. You see? The average bettor is going to probably tackle the under. I will go with the over. And just to do a fun bet, I'm going to put my rewards in it. And I'm going to bet on the over. I'm going to put $2 just to show you guys that. Just so you can see. I want to catch it at 160 so we can so we can win together, right? In a way. But like I said, this game is not gonna end anytime soon. So the Phillies game is about to start in another 20 minutes, and that's the game that I'm focused on. That's the game that I'm putting out the pick for, and that's the game I did the research for. This game is just me using my third eye, in a sense. So yeah, so only two people. Yeah, if it stays at two people, I'm not gonna be here the 3 hours. I'll probably watch the first 5 innings, and then I'll continue to update the post. Yeah, only three people, only two people. Amazing. 10,000 subs. And you know what's funny? Like I've seen channels that like sports handicappers. These people get thousands and thousands of views, and they're not obviously not saying, they're not showing what we're showing. Look at this. Sports handicappers live picks. Let's just type in live picks. Is there anybody even doing stuff like this? Bet prediction. Oh no. Okay, look at this guy. Rangers and Astros 7-12-25. Right? He has 674 views. That's probably what I average. I can't click on this video, but I just want to listen to what this clown has to say. I bet you it's nothing like the stuff that we're showing. I got rich with sports betting, and when I apply these 7 habits. Okay, yeah, sure. Choosing habits over gematria over knowledge. Good luck. This guy has 1.6K views on the Rangers and Astros game. Hey, look at this. MLB picks 25,000 views. You think these guys are teaching stuff? Anything close to what we expose here in this channel? No way, Jose. Winning is fucking easy. 328,000 views. I'm gonna read the chat and see what you guys starting to talk about. So John Davis, what's going on, Eric? Long time. Yeah, I'm not disclosing anything. You have to pay for it. Yeah, you hit the link right here, and you go to the pick. You go to the Patreon pick. Hey, John Davis, why would you be showing my pick? What is that about? That's crazy. So you're on my Patreon, but you want everybody to get the content for free? Some of you, this is why I tend to block a lot of you. A lot of you are like pathetic people, man. Why would you do that? It's alright, man. And then you want to apologize. What are you apologizing for? You should have never did it. But it's alright. It's like you don't know that you're doing something wrong. You obviously see that I'm charging for this information, and you come on YouTube and give it out for free. So you trying to tell me you don't find anything wrong with that? So you're why are you even apologizing? You're apologizing for something that you obviously shouldn't be doing. You know that you paid for that information. So here you are in my chat just giving it out for free. Why would you do that? Amazing. Apologizing for something you obviously know you shouldn't be doing. That's like shooting somebody and be like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I shot you." No, you don't apologize after you just shot somebody. Mm-mm-mm. Amazing. Anyways, yeah, whatever. Anyways, Phillies and Padres is about to start. 10 more minutes. We're gonna come back to this game right here, and just whenever there's a break in the baseball game, we'll come back and look at what's the over and under looking like. So let's see if we're gonna cash out this 387. All right. Again, Phillies Padres is about to start. I'm probably gonna start. I think the pregame already started, so I think we're gonna start playing that in a second. If you're just joining us, if you want this pick, you have to click on the link in the chat, purchase the post, and that's how you get to find out who's gonna win this game. Yeah, the parlays are difficult, but like I said, we hit about 15 parlays a month. All right, let me go. Let me go to the baseball game. Okay, so the stream will start in about 10 minutes. So, all right. So, oh, Eric, you say he hasn't been betting. You haven't been gambling. Yeah, it's good to take a break every now and then. A lot of people don't like to bet on baseball because it's such a boring game to watch. Yeah, exactly. People watching and believing is bullshit. All right, so yeah, let me just make sure all the notes are clear. Just 1 second. Yeah, I'm telling you, if I don't get to five, at least five people, um, yeah, we'll probably only be here for the first 5 innings. Zach Wheeler is 9-3, and Yu Darvish is 0-1. I like that. I like what they did right there. I think San Diego has that 47. Let's see. It's actually 74. Sixteen and 8. Padres is 14-12 versus 11-7 versus the East. Actually, no, 12-5. 12-5 versus the East. That's a good one, actually. All right. It's looking good. It's looking good. Let's see. Age 16. Birthday coming up. Okay. All right. Just made some additional notes. Just put some additional stuff in there. Two people. Amazing. Okay, so this game just the second half just scored, just started. You see what I mean, right? Now, in the first minute, they already put up 5 points, and now they got some free throws. I'm telling you, they're gonna have a high scoring second half. See, so the team that was averaging 14 points, I'm confident that they're not gonna be scoring that in the second half. And look, we caught this at negative 115, which is a nice low line. I mean, most of my live bets are negative 115. Look at this, already 8 points. You see how the over and under is going up, right? It's rising. See, these are the psychological things that they do in these leagues that we're able to cash out on. See, the team that was averaging 14 points, they already have 6 points in the first 2 minutes of the quarter. So they're almost at half of the points that they was averaging in the first half. And they're probably going to cover the spread too. The 20-point spread that they had at the half. Yeah, you had a car crash on the 145th day of the year. That's a little disturbing. I'm happy you're okay though. See, this live stream should have 17,000 people watching it. You know how many sports bettors are there in the world? In this country? Just in this country alone. Turn the magnets on for the Mexicans. Worldwide scam. Yeah, so 7:35. First pitch is about to go. Okay, so yeah, I'm about to just put the Padres game on. Yeah, we'll come back to this game. See what I mean? The team already has 8 points. It was only averaging 14. All right, so here we go. Again, the link is in the chat if you want to purchase the post for this game. Now, no more free picks. We've given out a lot of free picks in the past. So what I'll do, you know what I'll do? I'll have you guys listen to this game, but we'll watch the other game to see if the other game anything changes. The other game is almost over. Baseball is a long, boring game. You can't watch it anyway. So.
His little slider and his sweeper, and then mixes in that big, slow curveball, and he keeps them off balance that way. It's such a variance from his fastball. 94, 95 with the fastball, all the way down to 73, 74 with the curveball. It's too big a speed difference to cover both. You got to pick one, and there's not one to pick from. There's like 21 to pick from. Makes it tough.
Well, let's see if the National League hits leader can solve Darvish. Trey Turner is 6 for 20 with a home run in his career against you, Darvish. Climbs in to start us off on a Saturday afternoon in San Diego, and off we go with home plate umpire Shane Livensparger in his 3rd year at the big league level, calling ball 1 on a close pitch. Trey Turner, originally a San Diego Padre draft pick more than a decade ago. Taps one foul, and it's a ball and a strike. He's at the top of this Philadelphia order, which is still top 10 in scoring, but has not provided the power that I think you would expect with these names. Now, granted, Harper just came back from the wrist issue. They get on base at a very high rate. They have really struggled with runners in scoring position over the last couple of weeks. There's a 1-1 to Turner, and there's one of those big sweeping breaking balls. He loved that curveball in his first start on Monday against Arizona.
He does. He loves the curveball, but you see how big it is and how big the shape is. And traditionally, Trey Turner's very quick twitch. The slower the breaking pitch, the better to him.
1-2. 72 miles an hour on the curve, up to 86 on the slider.
You said, where is that? I was thinking the same thing. Little low. Good take.
Turner waits for a 2-2, and Darvish with that pause and delivery. Lifted down the right field line over his Tatis. And that will get out of play, foul.
Yeah, today's keys for you. That sinker, we saw it 2 pitches ago. It is nasty. He works that really well with the 4-seamer that he can change planes on. And then that curveball, slowing it down, keeping these great Philly hitters off balance. That's going to be a key for him.
Turner smacks it to third. Machado's there to backhand it. Long throw picked out by Arise at first base for the out.
Great pick. And he's going to have to attack today because the Philly hitters are very patient. They're going to wait him out and try to get him into bad counts.
Nice job by Arise here. Has played multiple positions around the infield in his career. Has been locked in at first base this year. So Turner is retired, and here's a fun matchup that I think Darvish still remembers from a few years ago in that NLCS. Here is big bopping Kyle Schwarber, who hit his 30th home run of the year last night. Only 2 players in Phillies franchise history have ever reached 30 home runs before the All-Star break. The great Mike Schmidt, and now Kyle Schwarber, the 3rd-time All-Star, has joined him. And riding a 7-game hit streak now is Schwarber after his home run and a walk last night. There's a strike on that sweeper.
I wouldn't be surprised if we see a lot of breaking balls from Darvish today against Kyle Schwarber. Kyle struggled on the breaking ball this year and a very good fastball hitter.
There's a 1-1. There is a breaking ball. It was a curveball that Schwarber put a charge into back in game 1 of that 2022 NLCS. 488-foot bomb off of Darvish. What was eventually a 5-game series victory for Philadelphia to go to the World Series. There's a cutter that gets a swing and miss from Schwarber. 2-2.
And that's a great way to attack Kyle, is make it look like it's something middle and then dart down. He doesn't love the ball down either. He's handling the ball down a little bit better this year, but it's really struggling to the breaking ball down. I think we're going to see you just flood him with that today.
2-2. The curve runs the count full. See the numbers against Darvish. That postseason was impressive. And we are lucky today. We get Wheeler against Darvish. Same matchup that we saw twice in that NLCS a few years ago. Payoff pitch to Schwarber. And he checks his swing and takes a breaking ball inside. A couple of longer counts worked by the Phillies.
Yeah, and that's what we talked about. They're going to wait him out. They're going to make him throw the ball over the plate. And Darvish is traditionally not a guy who goes after contact. He loves to get swing and misses, taking strike threes, but he's not a pitch to contact guy traditionally. He will get into deep counts if you make him.
6 pitches to each of the first 2 hitters, and now here's Harper with a man aboard. There's kind of the scouting report for Bryce Harper.
I think when you look at Bryce, these superstars of the game, how is it that you can take them and make them a normal player? And you have to exploit zones that they don't love.
Typically for Harper, that's been kind of a way down and away area.
Yeah, not where he just threw it, actually.
I was going to say, that was really close
but
to
you keep the ball away from Bryce. If you can keep the ball away from Bryce, his power is greatly diminished. You see, he kind of has a little leak where he steps towards the first base side a little bit, which makes the outside part kind of the middle of the plate for him. But when Bryce is going so well, though, he stays on the outer half better. And that's the way he's been the last few games. And that's when you know he's going great. When he can drive the ball to left field and stay on that outer third pitch, that's when he's almost impossible to get out.
Just came back from a wrist issue. Came back against San Diego in their last series. Tried the outside and missed it. Evens the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Harper broke out on Wednesday finally. He had kind of been in a slump, and especially power-wise since he returned from that wrist issue. But had 4 extra base hits in San Francisco on Wednesday, all to the opposite field, including a homer off Verlander. Goes the other way here to the shifted infield. Machado to Bogarts to first in time for the 5-6-3 double play, and Darvish faces the minimum in the first.
Yeah, for some reason I'm noticing that the post is having issues. Let me see if I can update this. Hold on. Depending on what the score is in the 5th inning, I might just, show the decode in the after the 1st inning, like if the team that we picked is already like having a big lead, then we'll definitely just show the decode. It'll be too late by then. Let me see something. Okay, yeah, so it's good. It's actually good. Okay. Yeah, buy the post is $20. So I'll unlock the membership to buy the post. All right, it's good.
The Philadelphia Phillies have had one of the best starting rotations in all of baseball. Their starters' numbers are outstanding, and nobody's have been better than Zach Wheeler's. Going to his 3rd All-Star game. However, he will not be traveling to Atlanta for it. He will not pitch, as to prioritize the rest for the second half. Wheeler 9-3. Opponents hitting just 177 against him. The whip is under 1. He's been outstanding at age 35.
He's getting better and better every single year. That opponent's batting average is 20 points lower than it was last year when he was an incredible pitcher last year as well.
Wow.
He's going to throw heavy 4-seamers at the top of the zone, work it off of that with that great sinker, a couple of good breaking balls, and a nasty split.
He goes after Fernando Tatis Jr., who's starting to show some good signs at the plate after a prolonged 2-month slump. He's now on a 13-game on-base streak. He had an RBI and a stolen base last night. Gets jammed here on that sinker. Turner on the move is able to retire Tatis. Exactly.
So like I was saying, for the 2 people who joined the post, you have to pay attention to the post, because I'm gonna, as I'm listening to the game, I'm also making additional changes, and I'm also looking at the prop bets to see what makes the most sense. So just pay attention to the updates.
It's been a high contact, low strikeout team in the Padres, and nobody embodies that more than Luis Ariz. But he did strike out last night. A very rare occurrence. Just 10 strikeouts in 384 plate appearances for the 3-time batting champion. One of the great contact hitters in the game. Fouls one away, and it's 1-1.
Really hard to walk, even harder to strike out.
Yeah.
You don't really have this. There's not really a spot where you go with the Rise that is like a for sure hole swing and miss. He doesn't have one.
Off the fist into center, Brandon Marsh comes in. And Rise 0 for 5 so far in this series, and the first 2 batters retired by Wheeler.
You see him establishing the end right away. He's letting those hitters know he's going to be in their kitchen all day.
So 5 pitches to get the first 2 batters, and now here's Manny Machado, who's on his way to his 7th All-Star game. Earlier this week, reached the 2,000 hit mark in his major league career. He'll take that inside fastball, so Wheeler starts off with that heavy sinker inside.
And Wheeler's one of those guys that, like, you think, okay, he's set him up with a fastball, he's going to go somewhere else. He'll just keep pumping fastballs if he thinks you can't get to it. And you see 2 variations right there. Ran the sinker in first pitch, and then threw the 4-seam at the top right there. You never know what he's going to throw.
Two-0 pitch. Bouncing ball left side. Deep in the hole is Turner. And an 8-pitch 1-2-3 inning for Wheeler in the first. When we come back, we'll have some exclusive and breaking news about the upcoming All-Star game in Atlanta with Ken Rosenthal.
Yeah, speaking of the All-Star game, we also gonna put that out, and the home run derby, like we did a couple of years ago. I haven't yet been able to solve the home run derby. We got really close one year. We had Juan Soto going against Julio Rodriguez, but we went with Julio that year, and Juan Soto ended up winning. But we did predict the two finalists, but we got the winner wrong. So that was the year that we got the closest to nailing both players in the finals and the winner. Julio was remarkable, though. I don't know how he lost that one. How do you say Julio in Spanish? July. How you say July in Spanish? Julio. I remember I said that, and the announcer repeated exactly what I said in the live stream. Oh, man. Anyways, let's look at the outcomes from around the league. Braves. Do the Dodgers play tomorrow? Yeah, it's tempting to take them to pick up that 25th road win. Giants 25. But you got to be careful because they like to trick us sometimes with that. So, okay, so going back to the Mexican League game, 74-45. Okay, what is going on? Doing a halftime show in the third quarter? What the fuck? Are the Royals going to pick up that 51st loss of the season against the Mets? We shall see. All right, let's go back to the game.
Scuba last year's Cy Young Award winner. You feel like Skeens is going to have a couple of those in his future as well.
For the 1,000th time, he has a 2.01 ERA. For the 1,000th time, if you want the outcome of the Phillies and Padres game, you have to click on the link that's pinned in the chat. It's $20. You know, do it as fast as you can because if the team that we have scores, the line is going to change. So you don't want that to happen. So the longer you take, the worse. The worse the line will be.
Pitches down and in and out. It's really fun to watch.
Castellanos loads up and fouls one up the line at third. It's 1-1. You hope that in about 10 years we get excited on a Saturday to come in to see Skubal against Skeens in a regular season game. That we're excited to watch Darvish and Wheeler today.
That's right.
Yu Darvish, 38 years of age, 110 major league wins after 93 victories over in Japan. That is an important mark. There's a 1-1 to Castellanos with Bohm aboard.
Yu's been one of the better pitchers of the last 10 or 15 years over here. He's had a great career when he's healthy and when he's motivated. This guy is absolutely nasty. And Mike Schultz said something really cool before the game. He said, I said, should he like cut those pitches down?
Castellanos lifts it down the left field line. That's going to hook foul.
Should we take it from 13 pitches maybe down to 5 and really hone in on that? And he said, Yu is just such an artist, though. He's painting a different picture every inning that he goes out there. Not every game, not every season. He's painting a different picture every inning he goes out there, every hitter he goes out there. It's really fun to watch.
Craftsman is, I think, a good word for the pitching matchup we have today. 2-2 to Castellanos. Gets away from Martin Maldonado. That's been a problem for him this season. And on to second base goes Alec Bohm, a man in scoring position early for Philadelphia. It's going to be a wild pitch on Darvish.
Yeah, Yu was trying to run that backdoor two-seamer and just pulled it. Just hooked it. Happens sometimes, especially when you're. This is only a second start from coming off the DL, so it does happen.
There's a payoff pitch to Castellanos. Reaches out. Darvish behind the back is able to knock it down. Recovers. Throws it away over the head of Arise. Bohm is going to come in to score to give Philadelphia the lead. On to second goes Castellanos. Darvish nearly made a spectacular play, then tried to make a play out of it, and then it ends up being a run and an error.
And I don't know how many times you see this, but you know, when you're a younger fella, you make this play, you remember that, you go, oh, I can make this play. I'll just spin around real quick, and I guarantee you everybody in his dugout was yelling, eat it, eat it, eat it. But it's just so hard when you get out there and you really know that you can make that play to not try to make the play. But it almost always compounds into something worse.
And now Castellanos switches with Bohm. Here is Stott. He'll take strike one.
Oh, it was in there.
It was in there momentarily. Goes down as an infield single for Castellanos, plus the error allowing Bohm to come in and score and Castellanos to advance. Stott lifts it to center. Jackson Merrill's coming on. He's got it for the first out of the inning, and back to second goes Castellanos.
As a pitcher, you take PFP all spring training long, work on it a few times during the season maybe, and really if it's coming back up the middle, even if you know there's fielders back there, you try to make that play every time. You cut that ball off, great things happen. Get a runner stuck out there in between second and third, and maybe you can get a rundown in there. You really like to make that play. It's just not easy.
There's JT Realmuto, and he'll take ball one. It's Adam Wainwright, two-time Gold Glover. Here's JT Realmuto, two-time Gold Glover. Yu Darvish won a bunch of Golden Gloves when he was a pitcher in Japan. Realmuto smacks it towards the gap, left center field. Castellanos is going to score. It's going to be 2-0 Philadelphia. And Realmuto, who had a tough stretch in June offensively, is off to a great start in the month of July. And he extends the Phillies lead here in the second.
JT gets a spot right in his wheelhouse. Loves to get extended. Loves that kind of down in the zone a little bit. Oh, it's just perfect. That's right where JT likes it. Stays through it, drives it in the gap. Really good swing for JT right there.
Already 12 hits this month for JT Realmuto. This is an RBI double to make it 2-0. Here is Max Kepler.
He'll
take a strike down the middle.
And that's a pitch I think you should use a little bit more often. It's nasty. 94, 95, great movement. Throws it down in the zone really well.
So the breaking ball here, and Kepler evens the count. Japanese-born Yu Darvish against the German-born Max Kepler here. Check swing, it's a strike anyway. These are the types of at-bats that Kepler has had as of late. He's moved down to the number 8 spot today. He has really struggled in these spots with runners in scoring position. He's hitting under 160 in 70 at-bats in this spot. So he's had plenty of chances, but hasn't been able to produce. He's moved down in the order today. Bounces one to the right side for a rise. And he'll step on the bag for out number 2. On to third base goes Real Muto. And today's telecast is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Step up to the plate for savings. Oh, one of our favorites with one of our favorite moments. Randy Johnson throwing very high on John Kruk, who played for both the Padres and maybe more notably the Phillies. Now one of the great broadcasters for Philadelphia's crew. One of our favorite people to run into. There's Brandon Marsh, lifts a breaking ball deep to right field. Arise is at the, Tatis is at the warning track. He's got it to end the inning. Marsh gave it a ride, but Tatis is there. But 2 runs across for Philadelphia to stake Zach Wheeler to a lead.
So far, so good. I still can't say what the decode is. Still too early. But yeah, if the Padres, actually, still too early. I'll wait. Yeah, only 2 people purchased the post. Unfortunately, it's not gonna make it happen every week. I'm not gonna sit through a 3-hour game for $40. So what's going on with this game? 81-55. That's 136 points. Need another 20-something points. But if you guys saw, this is what I was saying about the second half. You guys notice how
Phillies strike first with a pair in.
they scored 16 in the third, which was about their average, 14, 15, 16. But they got 10 points already in this quarter, and there's still like 6 minutes left in the game. That's the Mexican League I'm talking about. We got the over 160. See what happens with that. That was for the freeloaders. You gave out that pick in the beginning of the last stream. But our bet here, look at that. Man. I was going to get Sheets to get the hit. I was going to put that on the pick, but I was like, you know what? I don't want to get too greedy. Got the double. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to unveil, because this is going to be a close game. I'm not going to be able to unveil the decode until the game is over, I guess. All right, let's just watch the rest of this basketball stuff.
Pulled it across the zone, up and in. I've been very, very impressed with Gavin Sheets. Breaking his film down, he covers all the zones. Hits breaking balls well, change-ups well. Hits in, hits away. He's a great overall hitter. You got to mix and match and make pitches on him because he can make it. He can make you hurt.
So now a man in scoring position for Xander Bogaerts. And the former big money Boston Red Sox in his third year with San Diego. You see that OPS, 706. That's less than league average right now. You do not expect that from Bogaerts. You do see that bottom line where he has been much better over the last few weeks. And he's currently on a 6-game hit streak. So finding some moderate success. The power hasn't been there. That's probably been the most shocking part. Just 5 home runs for Bogaerts.
Yeah, those aren't Xander Bogaerts' numbers. That caught me off guard when I was looking at that before the game. It's 100 points less than where he normally is.
Yep.
It's very strange.
There's been some discussion, obviously, as we get closer to the end of July and the trade deadline. What do teams that are in the position of Philadelphia and San Diego, likely playoff teams or potential playoff teams, need? And some of the guys in the current roster just need to hit better.
That's right.
Bogaerts slices one towards right center. Marsh got a good job of getting it back in fast to prevent Sheets from advancing. Nice job by Marsh out in center field for out number 1. As we mentioned, Zach Wheeler hasn't needed a whole lot of support. He continuously goes out there for 6 or 7 innings. He continuously keeps guys off the base paths. And when he needs punch-outs, he's been getting them. That's the ranks over the last 5+ seasons.
Who's got more than him? That's what I want to know. Because he is just a pitcher's pitcher out there, but he can get strikeouts when he needs them, and he is a monster in the postseason.
There's young Jackson Merrill, the all-star as a rookie last season. He had 24 home runs. He is in one of those slumps that every major league player seemingly is going to go through.
What I told you. What did I tell you? Well, again, the game is not over. 2-2. They just hit a home run. If you're reading the post, just read the post. That's all I'm gonna say.
Run since May the 27th, and this game is tied at 2.
To your point, Adam, at the trade deadline, what they really love is if Xander Bogaerts and Jackson Merrill start driving the ball, and that is right on time for this Padres team that went down 2-0 against maybe the best pitcher in baseball. Takes it, and that's Jackson Merrill right there. Take it to left field. Gets a fastball at the top of the zone, 4-seam up. He just doesn't try to do too much. Just uses his ability, drives that ball to left field. It's probably the most forgiving place a hitter can hit it here at this park.
First home run in 35 games for the 22-year-old from Baltimore. Think about how good that feels for him.
A lot of weight just came off the shoulders right there, Adam. That's a great swing for a great young player who's going to have an incredible career. And that's his swing right there. That's when you know he's right.
Jake Cronenworth waves and misses at a tough curveball. It's 2-2.
And if you're Wheeler, look, you made your pitch. The whole league can't hit that pitch. He proves it every time he goes out there. So you just keep doing what you're doing. Jackson made a good swing, you move on.
That's a smile that probably folks in San Diego haven't seen very often as of late. Towards the gap, right center field. Marsh with another good beat on it, but he's not going to get to this one. And Cronenworth is going to turn it into extra bases. 3 extra base hits for San Diego on Zach Wheeler here in the bottom of the 2nd.
San Diego's a momentum team. When they get the ball rolling, they're very hard to stop. And again, I mean, he made his pitch. Cronenworth just put the barrel on the ball and found a hole. And that's why it's so important to make contact at this level. Strikeouts are the only guaranteed way to not get on base.
So now let's see if the 8 and 9 hole hitters for San Diego can get something going. This is when it gets a little lighter. Trenton Brooks fouls one back to start this at bat against Zach Wheeler. Brooks hitting just 152. The 30-year-old from nearby El Cajon hit his first major league home run a few weeks back in Los Angeles, but is filling in this DH spot. Then Martin Maldonado, the light-hitting catcher, is on deck. Nothing in 2.
There's that nasty splitter. Looks just like his two-seamer, just like his sinker, and just 8, 9, 10 miles an hour off sometimes. Really, really tough pitch to hit.
Brooks made his major league debut last year with the San Francisco Giants. That was the team that drafted Zach Wheeler all the way back in 2009. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Brooks. Brooks spent 7 years in the minor leagues before he finally got his opportunity at the big league level last year. Pops one back foul.
Yeah, you guys remember I said they was going to cover the 20-point spread. Look at that. The team is, look, they got 24 points this quarter. You see what I mean? The team that was averaging 14 and 15 points a quarter, they got 24 points in the fourth quarter to cover the spread. See? And what's that? 83 plus 70 is 152, something like that. So just need another 8 points. Yes, sir.
So many great starting pitchers in the big leagues. You have to get them early, because as they settle in and get control of their stuff and their emotions and the body and feel the park and know what they have, they get tougher and tougher. So San Diego, this is huge. If they can push one more across right here, that'd be absolutely huge.
This will be the 21st pitch of the inning for Wheeler, who needed just 8 pitches to get through the first. And he gets Brooks swinging on a fastball. Took him 7 pitches to do it, but he fans Brooks for his first strikeout of the day.
And I love what he did here. He had tried up in the zone, but Brooks was ready for the up in the zone. So then he tried down in the zone. And that's what great fastball command can get you. Tried up, fouled it off, tried up, fouled it off. All right, let's see if you can handle the ball down and away.
There's Martin Maldonado. Takes a sweeper outside. Maldonado has caught now both of Darvish's starts. He caught him the other day. 38-year-old. He'll turn 39 the same day Darvish does. How about that? 2 guys born on the exact same day. About 8,000 to 9,000 miles apart.
How about that?
Darvish in Osaka, Japan. Maldonado in Naguabo, Puerto Rico.
Maldonado's always been a defense-first catcher known as machete. Machete. He's got an absolute cannon behind the plate. Two and two.
Lifetime 200 hitter is Maldonado, over 1,200 games in his career, but he's always been known for his excellent preparation as a catcher. The defense has certainly declined as the years have gone by, but he is still better than league average in terms of pop time from behind the plate. Wheeler trying to get out of this inning with no more damage done. A 2-2. And Maldonado.
It was funny. The moment he says that, you guy gets a base hit and scores. You see, they're reading the script right before it happens. He's trying to get through the inning before any more damage is done, and then he scored another run.
If you're San Diego, you have Martin in there because he handles the pitching staff great. Anything he offers productive-wise at the plate.
That's Maldonado's first career hit against Zach Wheeler in 6 at-bats. And that short swing gave San Diego the lead.
And just used the right side of the field. See, he didn't get too big. Just shot it over there. If you look out there in that field, it's mostly grass.
I do prefer my fields to be mostly grass. I've always thought that. Nothing in 1 on Tatis.
I just think so many times in sports we overcomplicate things. You know, when you have a great pitcher like Zach Wheeler on the mound, you have to simplify as much as possible. And Martin right there in that spot shortened up and just used the right side of the field and got the job done.
Tatis takes low. Tatis, of course, the son of Fernando Tatis, who is in town this week and has been working with Fernando. And I don't think that it's a coincidence that Tatis's numbers have been much better as of late as he's worked back with his father. Obviously, his dad played a long time in Major League Baseball, very well experienced. And
you know anybody who faced them both?
I'm looking at him right now.
This means I'm old.
2-2 pitch to Tatis way outside. The count runs full, and Maldonado will be off from first on this delivery. Arise awaits if Tatis reaches.
All right, so they just finished watching this game. They got it at 158. We need 3 points. We got 1 minute and 44 seconds to get 3 points. Here it is. That's 2 points. Now we just need another basket, and we get the over. And look, there's still 1 minute and 40 seconds left in the game. See that? That's what I mean. We're about to catch the over. So congratulations to all the freeloaders out there. If you want to send a tip, the Cash App is Simple Truth TV 201. Send a tip. Otherwise, you know, these live streams are not going to continue to happen. I'm giving you guys winning knowledge. You guys are making money live. There's no reason why you guys shouldn't be supporting this channel. No reason at all. How many of you made money on the over? I did. I made like $2 off of it. I didn't want to put a lot of money on it because, again, I'm not using gematria or numerology to make these predictions. It's just I'm using common sense, and I'm using their psychological strategies against them. They had a low. The white team had a low scoring first half. Look, that's it. The over officially done, cashed. The white team had a very low scoring first half. So obviously the average better think is gonna go under because they was only averaging like 14 points. But look, this quarter they put up nearly 30 points. So what they have in this quarter what they had at the half. They had 29 combined points at the half, and they was able to score that in just in the fourth quarter. All of these games are rigged. All of these leagues are all rigged. If you could bet on it, it's scripted and it's rigged. All right, so congrats. We just cashed the over at negative 115. I was able to make $1.80. You know, somebody might laugh at that, but if you're somebody that likes to bet big, you could have made a whole bunch of money on the over and by just watching this live stream. But look, not a single person sent a tip. Not a single person. Not one notification. Nothing. And only 2 people purchased the Phillies game. And guess what? The game is still early. I can't even reveal what we had in the post. But once you see the post, you're gonna be like, damn, I should have paid those $20. But that's what happens. That's what happens. And look at that. I'm still a nice guy. I still gave you guys a pick for free. Look, that's 164 points. With still time left in the game. Not a single PayPal, not a single tip, not a single Cash App. It's hard business. Hard business. Tatis is playing 191 days after his birthday. Philadelphia Phillies is 191. The 43rd pound San Diego's. Cash App banned you? All right, so I'll put my PayPal. If you guys want to show some support. Or you can use my phone number and send a Zelle. Yeah, the PayPal is paypal.me/SimpleTruthTV. Or you can Zelle me at 646-986-0958. So let's see what happens. Actually, we don't even need to watch this anymore. We already cashed the over. Right? So let's just focus on the Padres and Phillies game. If you're reading the notes, everything we said was going to happen is happening.
One time through the order for Darvish so far. What do you think?
Well, I mean, he's still a little erratic with some of his pitches, but at times he's getting that nasty sinker and those big breaking balls over. He needs to get in some good counts to stay out of these deep ones.
Turner waves and misses at a sinker, and there's the strikeout for Darvish, his first of the day.
That's a weapon. It really is a weapon, man. He can use that pitch a whole lot more. But I love those little pauses he does. Anything you can do to add a little bit of complexity to the hitter, it's going to throw their timing off the better. You can see him, he pauses and then he kind of gets going, then he pauses again. The hitter just doesn't know what timing to begin their swing on. It makes it a lot tougher.
Here is Schwarber. Takes the first pitch, and it's a strike at the bottom of the zone. That same pitch, that sinker.
Yeah, that's the pitch that he's commanding the best today. So we may see a lot more of that.
Schwarber walked his first time. Darvish is in the lead after the 3-run second inning for San Diego, seeking what would be his 204th victory between Major League Baseball and the Japanese Professional League. That would set a new record. Two and one on Kyle Schwarber. You were talking about kind of the heat map here for Kyle.
Yeah, there's a couple places you just cannot throw it to Kyle Schwarber, especially if it's a fastball. UC loves to get extended. Middle of the plate, thigh high, out away from him. That is danger zone. Or if you fall into a pattern.
Oh. That was the home run from last night that he hit in the third inning off Ryan Berger. One of 2 solo home runs for Philadelphia. You see the numbers he's put up at Petco, including those postseason home runs.
And as the game wears on, his next couple of bats, you're going to have to be very wary of the first pitch. He loves to ambush.
High leverage count. He bangs one towards first for a rise. And that will retire Schwarber. 2 up and 2 down against the top of the Phillies order for Darvish.
This is a big time 0 right here. If he can get this 0 after his team just responded against one of the best pitchers in the game, put a 3 spot up. If you could drop that 0 on him, take the momentum right back into your dugout, that's huge for you, Darvish, and these Padres.
And especially considering who you're facing, right? Turner, Schwarber, and now Bryce Harper, who hit into a 5-6-3 double play to end the first. Rob Thompson said something interesting to the game, to us before the game. He said that game on Wednesday where Harper had 4 extra base hits, a career high, was maybe the best game he has seen Bryce play as a Philadelphia Philly.
It's a big statement.
Think about some of the biggest moments that Harper has had in his career already. And for him to say that, I think carries a lot of weight. Now, again, 4 extra base hits, never done that in a game before. All of them went to the opposite field, including his first ever home run off a very good pitcher in Justin Verlander, future Hall of Famer. And it was a sign of better things for Harper, who's been trying to find some power. He had a base hit last night as well. This one's foul. It's 2-1.
Each time he throws that little cutter or four seam in on these big lefties and they swing at it, it just resets the trap. It opens up the away pitch even more. So now that he's got him spinning and swinging inside, he's got outside wide open.
That's where Maldonado is set up. It's a hanging breaking ball that Harper takes deep to right field, and it's off the wall. Tatis bobbles it in right near the wall, and that's going to allow Harper to easily reach second base. Looked like maybe Darvish missed the spot. Tatis did not play it cleanly.
2 pitches ago, we saw him run that good cutter in, got the foul ball in the dugout that he wanted. But look at this. He wanted to backdoor this. It's not a terrible pitch. Just came back into the swing, middle down. Bryce just puts a great swing on it. That was like a cannon right there. Didn't get much higher than the wall and hit the wall.
107 miles an hour off the bat to get into scoring position for Alec Ball.
Yeah, Clutch. If you're on there, yeah, please don't reveal, the outcome of the Padres game, please. Yeah, all these clowns that come on here trying to get attention. They don't come on here with anything valuable, but try to criticize and diminish what we are doing. Worrying about what I'm making, what I'm not making. It's very unfortunate. It's a sad world we live in. Instead of coming on here and say, you know what, I think Fernando can get a hit or a home run because it's this. No, they come on here and pocket watch, criticize, try to diminish us. Unbelievable. Zero support, only hate. That's all we get from people. Not a single tip. We gave out a free pick in the Mexican League. We had the over 160. We got that. Not a single person sent a tip. This is why these live streams, I don't do them more often. I wanna do something like this every week, but it's hard for me to do this when I'm not getting any support. In the hour and a half that I've been sitting here, only 2 people bought the post for the Padres and Phillies game. And guess what? So far, we are right. So far, those people are winning. I just need one prop bet left, and we would have cashed on the parlay that I put out in that one pick, in that one post. So altogether, we gave out 3 picks in this live stream. We have the over in that Mexican game. And the outcome of the Padres and Phillies is looking very, 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 very good. And we just need that prop bet of cash. And then we just hit a 3-leg parlay. And I'm charging, what, $20 for that? Yeah. Anyways. Yeah, I'm only going to watch 2 more innings of this game. Or listen to it. Listen to 2 more innings and then we'll end the stream. And then once the game is over, I'll probably come back and make a short video and just tell you guys, look, this was the Decode. And congratulations to all the participants. I can't be here 3 hours and nobody's supporting me. Sorry. This will probably be the last stream that we do this. Everything is on Patreon.
Zach Wheeler's home state of Georgia. Ball 1 to Arise.
God's country.
From Smyrna is where Zach Wheeler hails from. Inside, and it got a piece of Arise. Both pitchers have hit a batter, and Arise is aboard as the leadoff man of the 3rd.
That's one of the bigger misses I've seen Zach make. He's trying to backdoor that. He's trying to throw that on the outer half of the plate. Started a ball and work it back a strike and just hooked it.
I think if you're going to get hit, I think Arise got hit in about the best place. Backside, plus a little bit of the padding there with the glove back there.
He had
the mitt back there.
The oven mitt back there, too. That was well thought out by him.
I think he was about as shocked as anything else that Wheeler hit him. But a man is aboard for Manny Machado. Ooh, he was swinging out of his shoes on a first pitch sweeper that tailed way out of the zone.
And you could see he was just selling out. Dead red fastball. That ball started on the corner and worked about a 1.5 feet off the plate, still swung at it. I like that every now and then from your big guys. Pick a spot against a great pitcher like this. You got him on the ropes, kind of. Pick a spot and try to do something crazy. Drive a ball. Go way up. Try to get him out of the game. That's how you beat great pitchers like this.
Machado lifts one down the right field line. That is slicing, and that will get out of play foul. Our power player is sponsored by Harbor Freight, and a rundown of what Manny Machado has done in the company that he is in now. 350 plus home runs and 2,000 or more hits through your age 32 season. I mean, just about everybody on that list is either in or going to the Hall of Fame. Machado putting up a great resume, now sitting at 2,005 hits, 359 home runs, 184 of those with the Padres, the most in franchise history. Still 1-2.
And Manny loves the ball in. And Wheeler has done a good job with him today. He's thrown that sinker in, exploiting it. So it's like, you like it in, okay, I'll take it in, but I'll take it a little bit more in than you want it. And then he's worked that split off of it inside too. He's gone away, he's gone in. He's pitched Manny all over the place right now. Let's see if he finishes him up in the zone.
Machado took a lap after fouling it off the leg. Now back in on 1-2 with a rise at first and nobody out in the third. Sheets with a double back in the second and a run scored. He's on deck. Wheeler's 2-2. Just off the plate. Count runs full. Machado a home run in each of his last 2 games. Waits for a payoff pitch. And waves and misses at that nasty splitter. Third strikeout of the day for Zach Wheeler, Machado, and Real Muto. Making sure everybody's cool. You see the young Shane Livensparker getting a little talk from Manny Machado.
Uh-oh. I don't know if he...
Oh, he's checking on the backswing.
But Manny stopped to talk. Manny stopped to talk to Sheets on deck. And sometimes that's just like, dude, that pitch was nasty. And sometimes it was, hey, when he throws his split, his wrist is cocked like this or something like that. You never know.
Nothing in 1 on Gavin Sheets, who lifts the ball out to center field, sending Marsh back towards the warning track. He's got it for out number 2. Arise bluffs from first. 2 down. That'll bring up Xander Bogaerts.
This Padres team looks like they have fun to me. They looked like that in the clubhouse earlier today. It was so lively in there, and guys were playing ping pong and cards and watching film together. It's a great bunch, and that's how great teams start inside that clubhouse, Adam.
Padres had the best record after the All-Star break in baseball last year. That was part of the reason that they were able to get into the postseason, where they secured their wild card spot with that crazy triple play to end the game against the Dodgers. Finished with 93 wins did San Diego last year, the second most in franchise history. Meanwhile, the Phillies won the division in the NL East for the first time in quite some time. They snapped Atlanta's 6 title streak. They've made the playoffs 3 straight years, but certainly disappointment for Philadelphia. They still have the core. They still have the pitching. They can improve their bullpen, which has been a trouble spot. I don't think there are many teams in the National League that feel as good as the Phillies would talent-wise to try to make a deep postseason push. It's 3-0 on Bogaerts, much to the chagrin of the Philly dugout. And it's a 4-pitch walk to Bogaerts to extend the inning. Both of these teams are dealing with some starting pitcher injuries. For Philadelphia, Aaron Nola is still hoping to be back as he's dealt with multiple injuries going back to mid-May. Mick Abel just got sent down in the last week to AAA, and they moved Taijuan Walker back to the rotation. Andrew Painter has been up and down at times at AAA. He's been putting up some good numbers and then has had some control issues at times. There's Walker, who just got put back into the rotation. And, of course, Jose Alvarado is ineligible for the postseason due to his suspension. Jackson Merrill on a close pitch takes a strike. It's 1-1 after he hit a 2-run home run back in the second, which tied the game. Merrill went chasing after a high fastball that time. 1-2.
And that's not a whole lot different than the pitch he hit out. It's just about 4 or 5 inches higher. So Wheeler expanded off of the pitch he hit. He knew he liked to swing that fastball up. So you just chase him a little bit higher.
All right. So, yeah, we're looking good. We just need the prop bet to come through. We'll be 3-0 for the day. 3-0. Yeah, the over, Momo. Yep. The over. We already cashed the over. Yeah, that game is over already. That was the Mexican League. Yeah, that was an easy call. Yeah. Somebody says I have gray hairs now. Yeah, man, we getting old, man. It's going on 7 years now since I started my YouTube channel. Time flies. Just nothing really has changed since I started doing this, man. The censorship is still at all-time high. The cocksuckers are still hanging around. The haters are still there. The unity doesn't exist. The jealousy still exists. But that's where the gematria community is at right now. Yeah, I'm only gonna maybe 2 more innings, so it's the top of the 4th now. We'll watch the 4th and the 5th, and then I'll come back and do a short video to recap what the Decode was. You still have time to purchase the posts. If it gets to, I'm looking at the line. Let me see. If the line gets too high, I'm not gonna recommend anybody purchase the post anymore. Actually, let me see. Yeah, the line is a little high, but you can still purchase the post and still make some money. Especially the prop bet. The prop bet is still gonna pay you some money. Yeah. Yeah, the prop bet, yeah, you can still make some money on the prop bet. Yeah, so all you have to do is hit the link in the chat. It's pinned. You hit the link, you follow the instructions. It's only $20, and you'll find out the winner of this game. Like how we gave out the winner of the over and under in our Mexican League, live in this video. And I explained to you guys why we picked, the team to go over. All right, so 2 more innings, and then we'll call it a night.
His average, which is well above league average. Power has been a little sporadic this year for Castellanos, but overall, at the plate, you kind of know what you're going to get from him.
And he's a great middle-of-the-order support system. Everywhere he goes, brings a tough at-bat, pro at-bat, works you tough, can drive the ball to all fields, big in RBI situations. It's just a great accomplice in the middle of that order, those great Philly hitters.
Darvish ahead of him, 1-2. Well, just off the corner.
He held that pause. Watch how long he holds that. Okay. And then he tries to back to where that sinker just barely missed it. Good job on the umpire not calling it, although it was pretty good.
Another 2-strike offering.
Greg Maddux would have got that call every time. Those were the good old days.
Greg Maddux muscled himself into a lot of great calls with some incredible pitching. Another full count to Castellanos. He reaches out and rolls it to short. Backhanded by Bogaerts. Tough play in time. Xander Bogaerts makes a strong play on the move to retire Castellanos to begin the 4th.
He pulls this deep in the hole. Watch how quick he gets rid of it, though. Throws off the wrong foot. And Arise does a cool little hoppy thing at the end. What do you call that?
I'm going to start calling
Watch
it the
this,
cool little
though.
hoppy
Look
thing,
how
I think.
he stayed down through that so well. They work on that throw across body like that across the diamond. That is not an easy throw.
There's Stott taking a strike. Bogaerts is top 25 in Major League Baseball in outs above average. So plays that your average defender would not make at that position. He is ranked in the top 25 amongst all positions in baseball. So it's been a solid year defensively for Bogaerts.
He moves well. He's a big guy, too.
Yep.
You get up next to Xander Bogaerts, you realize he's taller than you think he is. He's a little thicker than you think he is. Kind of jacked. Moves well out there.
Stott, the Gold Glove finalist at second base last year, takes a strike, and he's asking the 41-year-old Livensparger about it.
He probably knows that's a strike, but he didn't like it. And so he's trying to talk the umpire out of calling that.
Stott, typically a guy who sees a lot of pitches. Hits one on the ground to second for Cronenworth. Stott's got speed, but Cronenworth retires him. 2 up and 2 down on a couple of ground ball outs. Well, tomorrow you can catch the first 2 rounds of the Major League Baseball draft on MLB Network. Then Monday, the T-Mobile Home Run Derby on ESPN. All leading up to the 2025 All-Star Game from Atlanta, which will be right here on Fox at 7 Eastern on Tuesday night. For more, down to Ken Rosenthal.
Guys, the Phillies were livid last night upon learning that Brewers rookie Jacob Misiorowski was named to the National League All-Star team when 2 of their own pitchers, Rangers Suarez and Christopher Sanchez, were not. Suarez said he was offered the chance to be on the team but declined. The league also called the Phillies about Sanchez, but he was pitching Sunday, tomorrow, and the team could not adjust its rotation. Otherwise, he too could have been an all-star. Now, guys, the way the process works, a pitcher can only be named a replacement if he is willing to pitch an inning in the game. The solution here would be to honor pitchers like Suarez and Sanchez as all-stars even if they decline, and the Phillies are actually going to pay his $50,000 all-star bonus.
That's a nice sign for Sanchez as well. He'll start tomorrow. 3 ground ball outs in a 1-2-3 inning for you, Darvish. We played 3.5. It's 3-2.
So Clutch says that Aaron Judge homered in his 201st game against the National League. Yeah, I did not see that. That's crazy. That's interesting. Yeah, we're gonna watch another inning and then that's it. Yeah, it's just I wish the game was a little bit closer, man. Because right now the pick that we gave out, the odds are already too high. So I might as well just reveal it. Let's see what happens in the bottom of the fourth. All right.
Well, as we get set to start the bottom of the fourth inning, we see Edmundo Sosa has checked in at third base for Alec Bohm. So slot him into the cleanup spot in the Philadelphia order. We wonder if this had anything to do with Bohm being hit by that pitch back in the second inning. He did come back out for another at bat and was playing defense at third. But right now it's Sosa in for Bohm. As soon as we find out more, we'll let you know. Jake Cronenworth takes a ball to start the bottom of the fourth inning. This is the pitch that hit Bohm in the back. Rib area even.
Yeah, that could be something. He also hit that little tapper back to the mound.
Three 3-0 on Cronenworth. We are being told in the press box that is a left rib cage contusion, which makes sense with the hit by pitch and some time that passes by, maybe a little bit of swelling. So Rob Thompson goes to the bench and goes to Edmundo Sosa. Cronenworth takes a 3-0 for a strike.
That is a left rib cage contusion.
Dr. Wainwright lets us know that more than likely Cronenworth goes the other way, flips it towards Sosa, and right on cue, the ball will find you. Sosa has the first out.
Did you see Rob Thompson's reaction when Wheeler went 3-0 right there? Kind of looked at his card and you could tell he just knew that his pitcher today, Wheeler doesn't have that elite command like we talked about. He's been falling behind a little bit in the count. He's missed a couple of big times across the plate and around it. He hasn't looked like himself. And he's not doing terrible, but he's just doesn't look like him out there.
Brooks fouls one back. I mean, it's such a high bar that Zach Wheeler sets. So anything that doesn't reach that level that we've gotten so used to, especially over the last month plus, feels like a drastic drop. Brooks flips one into right field. That is down for a base hit. His 6th hit of the year in 35 at-bats at the big league level. And the bottom of the order has done pretty good stuff for San Diego so far.
Perfectly executed split down and away, too. Brooks just stayed down through it and drove it over seconds. Just sometimes you got to tip your hat.
So Brooks is aboard with one down for Martin Maldonado, who had an RBI single back in the second, which gave San Diego the lead. It was just his 10th RBI this year. And he goes after the first pitch and fouls it at the plate. So this is what you were talking about after the 3-0 count.
Goes 3-0 right here.
All right, let me take a look here. I got a plan for it.
Yep, he's already starting to look at his pen.
Maldonado bounces it foul, and it's 0-2. Wheeler has struck out 4 Padres so far today. Appeal down to first, and Maldonado went around, according to the crew chief Bruce Dreckman. Make it 5.
The guy goes, Wheeler has struck out 4, and then he strikes out. Man, these people have the script right in front of them.
Oftentimes, it's brought to us by Jersey Mike's. This is kind of the lofty bar that Zach Wheeler has set in this his age 35 season.
Yeah, and it's just, I mean, we see him give up a few runs today. We're like, oh my gosh, what is wrong with Zach Wheeler? But it's just, you know, you can't be perfect every time, but he has almost been perfect, especially these last 6 games, and especially the last 2. 17 innings, 1 earned run, and it was a pop-up to right field, kind of cheap home run in Philly that's really not a home run almost anywhere else. It's been dominant.
It was hit by the former Philly Austin Hayes. Two balls and no strikes on Tatis. Check over to Brooks, who stole 29 bases in his minor league career on 36 tries. Wheeler has not allowed a stolen base this season. Real Muto has been very good, as he typically has been behind the plate at cutting down would-be base stealers. He's got one of the best pop times in baseball. Brooks stays, Tatis takes, and it's a high ball for a 3-0 count.
And he doesn't have the quickest move home. He's got kind of a higher leg kick. It's quick, but it's not the quickest. But he gets down the mound, and he's going to throw tons of fastballs at the top of the zone, which is exactly what catchers want to throw, and it makes it tough to run on.
Ooh, Tatis, kind of a half swing and miss. This is a weird time of day with the shadows covering home plate. The mound is in the sunshine. You can see where a hitter would get very thrown off by the visuals at this time of the afternoon. It's what, 5:50 p.m. local time. Another kind of half swing, and Tatis fouls it at the plate. It's 3-2.
And we're talking about one of the most talented hitters in all of baseball. Just look how uncomfortable he is in the box right now. Wheeler's made him feel very, very uncomfortable inside. He just keeps pounding that fastball in, throwing that sweeper away. He hasn't missed over the plate to Tatis today at all.
It's his 4th full count of the game. 3-2 pitch is waved on and missed on a splitter. That retires the side. He's fanned Tatis twice. To the 5th we go. 3-2 San Diego.
Yeah, so last inning before we call it a night. Yep. In the bottom of the 5th, we'll see if we get the prop bet, yes or no. That's the only thing we're missing, man. Well, those prop bets are difficult to hit, though. I'm not going to lie. So the Astros looking good. You know, John Davis gave out that pick, even though I don't know who authorized them to do that. But, yeah. The Astros was part of the parlay. So you guys can thank John Davis for revealing my picks. Truth said in his post, numbers look good, look better for the Astros. Why would you do that, John? Seriously. Come on. Anyways, moving on. So we got one more inning, and then I'm not watching another 5 innings of this. No way. But yeah, so far so good, you know. I just need the prop bet at the bottom of the 5th. If it hits, 3-0 today. Or 3-0 in the live stream. Yeah, actually, we could go 5-0 if the Astros come through in the other pick between the Angels and somebody else. I forgot who they playing. The Angels are playing the Diamondbacks.
Top half of the 5th inning. Padres have the lead, and Darvish on the mound is sitting at 60 pitches in his second start of the season. Mike Schilt told us that 70 to 75 is the target range, so this might be his last inning. He'll deal with Max Kepler, who takes a ball inside. It's a big day for Japanese-born pitchers today. Today is the first day in Major League history with 4 Japanese-born starting pitchers going across the league.
Yeah, that's definitely important. That's definitely ritualism. So
there's more Japanese pitchers coming because they have tons. They have stables of incredible arms over there pitching in those Japanese baseball leagues right now.
Darvish is kind of considered to be the godfather of those young pitchers. Kepler looked like he went around. He did not, though, according to the third base umpire, Nick Marley. It's 3-0 on Kepler. Yusei Kikuchi is going for the Angels. Shinosuke Ogasawara is going for the Nationals. And then Shohei Ohtani, in a shorter outing, did go today for the Dodgers in a 2-1 LA win over San Francisco.
Props for incredible pronunciation right there.
I appreciate you very much, buddy.
That was impressive, man. I had no chance to do that.
Well, the other big note for Japanese-born pitchers, if Darvish does get the win today, he would pass Hiroki Kuroda for the most wins between Nippon Professional Baseball and the Major Leagues. Although a walk to start off this 5th inning to Kepler. And that's a 5-pitch at bat right there. Plate appearance, and now up to 65. So really getting towards the end of the line. And Mike Schilt also said he trusts you, Darvish, to kind of let him know. So maybe there's a little expansion possibility to maybe 80 pitches if the situation is right for it.
Well, but we know that bullpen is light tonight.
Yes.
So he definitely needs to get through this inning.
That's the other part of the equation for San Diego, which has had, behind San Francisco, the second best bullpen ERA in Major League Baseball this year. Now we're going to see Ruben Niebla, the pitching coach for San Diego, come out and check on Darvish, who has thrown 5 of the 6 pitches in this inning out of the zone. The bullpen for San Diego has been so good. They've been lights out, especially as of late, to the point where Mike Schilt called this foursome the 4 horsemen.
Yeah.
All 4 of them backed each other up last night to cover the final 4 innings. Ryan Berger went 4 2/3. Yuki Matsui got an out to close the 5th. And then Estrada and the 3 All-Stars, Morahone, Adam, and Suarez, closed out the game. By the way, it's the first time in Major League history that 3 relievers from the same bullpen are going to the All-Star game.
Wow.
Adam was named to the All-Star game. Suarez takes the spot of Chris Sale. Adrian Morahone is taking the spot of Zach Wheeler, who again is not going to attend the All-Star game to prioritize the rest. So 3 from the same pen, but more than likely those guys are all out tonight. Adam for sure, who needed 31 pitches last night.
Yeah, that was a great game last night. Adam made an incredible play too. Jason Adam made an incredible play, getting the force out at home.
And now Marsh flips it through that hole on the left side, and the bottom of the order turns it over. Well, Yu Darvish is dealing with 2 on and nobody out, and the top of the order coming. Wandy Peralta is starting to stir in the San Diego bullpen. The other record that's kind of at stake here, remember that Yu Darvish, in all 283 of his Major League starts, has had at least 2 strikeouts. That's a Major League record. He has only fanned 1 Philly today. That's the man at the plate, Trey Turner, back in the 3rd.
That's a great stat.
Pitch number 68 for Darvish coming here. Turner will take a breaking ball outside. Now Philadelphia on top of all that with a chance to tie this game and maybe put together a big inning midway through. Turner takes, it's low, it's 2-0.
Yeah, and Mike Schilt, he really wants Darvish to get through this inning, but he can't force it. You know, if he loses this hitter, he's got to get him out of there. Peralta's got to get ready quick.
Ooh, Turner went after that sinker upstairs. 2 balls and a strike. Nobody has more hits in the National League than Turner. Machado's right behind him. Looking for his first hit of the series. And he skies one into left. Carrying Sheets back to the warning track. And he's got it for out number one. The runners will bluff but not go. And a key first out for Darvish.
I think he may consider getting him out of here even now, because that was a scary fly ball. That was almost a homer. He knows he had the pitch to drive right there and just missed it. That kind of short towards it. It just plays a little short, right towards that snapdragon sign. I've just seen so many balls that you didn't think were going to go out right there.
Let's see if Schwarber ambushes Darvish like you talked about. He does go after the first pitch, but it's a curveball, and it's 0-1.
And that's smart. We know he's going to ambush with runners on base, especially. You throw something slow. He's hitting 116 on breaking balls this year.
That was a shocking number that you told me. Considering how well Schwarber has hit lefties this year, I would have thought that his numbers against breaking balls were a little bit better. And obviously he's put up 30 home runs, but it's been the curveball that's been a big problem for him this year especially.
He's got 10 hits on breaking balls this year, and 5 of them are home runs.
Yeah, that makes sense though, doesn't it?
So he still has some decent slug numbers there because of the home runs, but batting average wise, you'll take your chances with 116 batting average.
Remember that big home run in the NLCS was a hanging breaking ball. Fastball at the bottom of the zone for called strike 3. There is that second strikeout for Darvish. So he keeps that record going, and he gets a big second out on his 74th pitch.
The sequence, the big curveball for strike 1. Then he backs it up with that nasty cutter right down the middle. No, it's not. Missed your barrel, and then follows it up.
San Diego equals 74.
Plate to the last second. Just a masterful sequence right there by you.
Here's Harper. He'll take ball 1. He'll try to get through. There's the 75 pitch mark. So Schilt is going to try to get Darvish in line for the win. He's going to try to get through 5 innings with that light bullpen behind Darvish.
He cannot give in right here to Bryce Harper. He has to pitch him so tough, and if he doesn't get through the innings, so be it. But you can't give in right here in the middle of the plate.
Harper takes outside. It's 2-0.
You can see he's emptying the tank right now. He really let that cutter go. 91. Just can tell his body's a little spent. Just his second start after coming off the IL. And this is his pitch count limit right here.
Last hitter for Darvish, you would think. Here's a 2-0. On the ground, foul, 2-1.
And I love that. You see how nasty that is. Just has so much movement and darting movement down too. It's very hard to center that pitch. Watch how much this ball moves.
Running away from Harper.
Just all the way to the very end of the bat. And that's about a millimeter from an out right there. Instead, the great Bryce Harper, keeps the bat alive.
2 on, 2 out in the 5th. And Harper is in a high leverage situation now. 3 balls and a strike.
Earlier, he got the big curveball, and he hit it for a double off the wall. Look for him to stay hard here with either sinker or cutter.
The 3-1 to Harper is fouled back. It's 3-2. One of those moments in a game. Darvish against Harper. 1-run game. 5th inning. 2 on, 2 out, and a full count coming.
Yeah, and I think you've got to go something strike to ball right here. Don't give in. Go something nasty. Try to get Bryce to offer it something just off the plate. Don't give in though.
3-2. And it is fouled at the plate by Harper. He stays alive.
Look at the splitter. It's that funky splitter that you don't really know what's going to do. Could cut, could sink. don't know if he's thrown very many of those today. That's an interesting time to just bring that out of nowhere. That's you, Darvish, out there painting his own picture.
All the options, the entire arsenal. Another 3-2 pitch to Harper with 2 on and 2 out.
I'd go that cutter right here. I'd go that cutter. Start it right on the corner in and work it off. Maybe down and in right here to Bryce. That's kind of one of his bigger strikeout holes, is down and in. Let's see if he exploits it.
Pitch number 81 for Darvish. 3-2. Outside, he lost Harper, and the bases are loaded. And Mike Schultz still in that dugout. Brian Hoying's been getting warmed up over the last couple of minutes. And Mike Schultz is not moving. And now, remember, Alec Bohm would be in this spot, but he left the game after he got hit by the pitch in the second and then grounded out in the third. First chance for Edmundo Sosa at the plate.
And Schulte told us before the game he trusts his pitcher. Hughes pitched a lot of games. Trust him to tell him the truth. You still got this? Yeah, I got it. All right, go get him.
Bases loaded for the Phillies. A chance to tie or take the lead. Sosa goes after the first one and fouls it off. This is Machado kind of yelling to Darvish, hey, step off. Probably to give your bullpen a little more opportunity to get loosened up.
Just take a breather, too. You could see his arms dragging a little bit. His body's spent. He's to really focus here.
Sosa on the ground towards short and through. This game is tied. Kepler scores. Here comes Marsh. Sheets his throw. Not in time. Gets away. Both runners trying to advance. Through to third. Everybody's safe. And Philadelphia's taken a 4-3 lead. Edmundo Sosa off the bench on the board, and Phillies got the lead. Darvish cannot get through 5, and he's done for the day. High drama in the 5th inning. High tension at bats, and Sosa delivers. Darvish is done at his 2nd start of the year.
Yeah, Yu Darvish has 89 losses for his career, and Phillies equals 90. I'm just making some additional observations on the post. So just read everything.
Edmundo Sosa's first at bat gives the Phillies the lead in the 5th. Brian Hoying is in to face Nick Castellanos, and he goes after the first pitch and fouls it away. Still 2 in scoring position, as this outstanding San Diego bullpen has to lean on some of the guys that haven't been in as many high leverage spots, including Brian Hoying, the 28-year-old from Indiana. Castellanos lifts it down the right field line. Tatis gives chase. And he gets to the wall, but just out of room. It's 0-2 on Castellanos.
Here it is. You see, just didn't get the slider away as much as he wanted to. Got the ground ball, just didn't go to the right place. But if he makes that pitch down.
Okay, bottom of the fifth. Let's see if we get the prop bet, because that's where the money is. That's where the money is. That's where the money is. Keep in mind that today's a day with 44 numerology. Actually, I'm going to put that in the post. I'm not even going to say it out here. Just read the post. I'm going to make some updates.
With some high tension moments. The bottom of the order gets on base. And the Phillies take the lead with Sosa off the bench to do it halfway through. So now Zach Wheeler works with the lead again as the Phillies come back to take the advantage to the bottom of the fifth. Arise will lead it off for San Diego, followed by Machado and Sheets.
The equation was a lot better for Schulte and the Padres when you could get through that fifth inning. Now it becomes very complicated. Down by one to Zach Wheeler with the kind of a lesser pin than you normally have.
Arise lifts it foul. Think about it. Let's kind of play it out here, Waino. Kind of put your coach and manager hat on. Let's say Darvish gets through that inning. San Diego's got the lead 3-2. Now you think, all right, maybe Wandy Peralta gives you an inning or two.
Yeah.
Gets you past the seventh. Now you can maybe throw in some of these guys into a big spot, a David Morgan or a Brian Hoeing. Maybe lean on Estrada or Morahone on a second straight night. Rise fouls another one off. Not the case now, not necessarily the case. I don't want to assume it, but it becomes a lot tougher now. You already had to dip into your bullpen before the end of the fifth inning. You don't have as easy of a lined up thought process for it. You're going to have to play it much more by ear now. Yuki Matsui should be a part of the bullpen effort as well today. Rise takes outside. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes.
I mean, you got to think if they had their 4 horsemen down there in the bullpen, Schulte goes, probably makes that move even before Harper comes up. Probably gets him out of there, you out of there at 70, 75 pitches. But, you know, they just really needed you to get through 5 today, and they tried it.
Arrives this one out towards left center for Marsh. And he's retired for out number 1. Our sleeper picks, sponsored by Mattress Firm. How about these two? We said it right at the top, and I agree with you. The success of these two teams, not solely on these two, but very much influenced by these two who were drafted number 1 and number 3 in the 2010 MLB draft. By the way, a stacked draft when you go back and look at it.
Pretty good.
They debuted the same season. They've been to the All-Star game a combined 15 times. Each of them has more than 340 home runs. A lot of pressure on both of these two as well. When you think about the weight that's been on their shoulders from a very young age. Machado and Harper. Both were on the free agent market in 2019. Machado had just finished up a half season with the Dodgers. Harper with the Nationals. There's a strike to Machado, 2-1.
A huge inning for Wheeler right here. Middle of the order. San Diego's up there, middle of the order. His team just came back, pushed 2 big runs across. Can he put up a 0 here?
Nice breaking ball from Wheeler. It's in there for a strike.
I love that kind of stuff right there. 2-1 count, behind the count. Just have to be able to make those complementary, those secondary pitches land in for strikes.
Off of the glove of Wheeler to the second baseman Stott. They'll throw out Machado. Back down to Ken Rosenthal for a little more on the guys who were picked 1 and 3 in that 2010 draft.
Adam, if you remember, you referenced this, the 2018-19 offseason when both were free agents. All you heard about were all their flaws. They didn't sign until February. Both signed $300 million deals. Machado has since signed another extension, and yet all of that turned out great. Not only are these guys adding to their Hall of Fame resumes, you mentioned this, Adam, they have revitalized their respective franchises. The Padres have ranked top 5 in attendance each of the past 5 seasons. The Phillies have been top 6 each of the past 3.
And right now, San Diego is 3, Philadelphia's 4 in attendance. Like, these are teams littered with incredibly talented players, talented position players in particular. But those two guys are the headliners, it feels like, more nights than not. Certainly based on resume.
Well, they're both, you know what they are to me? Like, I heard this earlier today. When Bryce Harper walked to the plate the first time, the crowd went, ooh. They're those guys that make the crowd go, ooh. And that's important. Every lineup needs one of those.
Not to say that they're disgusted by the presence of them, but more so just worried about.
You're like, oh, I don't like this guy.
Guys,
you look over at the next guy next to you and you go, dude, this guy's such a good player. I hate that he's up to bat right now.
Yep.
Every lineup needs a player like that.
I feel like that's a sentiment shared by fans and pitchers alike. I feel like you've had a few of those moments, or a guy that hits you pretty well comes up and you go, oh.
You go, oh, I got him this time. You're like, gosh, darn it, I can't.
Been a fun ball game so far today.
All right, so I'm going to continue listening to the game in the background and making updates to the post. So far, so good. We didn't get the prop bet. We still got time left to get it. We got 4 more innings to get it. See what happens. But the most important thing is getting the outcome correct. And so far, so good. All right? And, of course, we had the Astros in this one, courtesy of John Davis. And, yeah. So I'll leave it there. I'll come back and show you guys the decode after the game is over. And thank you to the 2 people who purchased the post. Unfortunately, this is why I don't do these live streams more often. It's just because the support is so weak. Giving out free knowledge, winning knowledge. And people don't support it for some reason. It's all right. No problem. That doesn't matter. That doesn't bother me. But it's the reason this knowledge hasn't gone farther and or further. However you want to say it. All right, you guys. Enjoy your weekend. And, good luck to those of you who betted on blank. All right, you guys. Take care. See you next time.